Shalom Aleichem, beautiful and wonderful friends. And Chesed Hashem, as we take steps forward, I'm hoping as we move forward that number one, when we're hearing these messages, it could make shifts in our thinking to have more redemptive reflections day in, day out. And as well, I daven, I pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, may you take the merit of these recordings and use them to upgrade, to help protect our wonderful nation of the children of Israel, Am Yisrael, the Jews in Israel, the Jews outside of Israel, our soldiers and our Lamdei Torah, the ones that sit and learn. And may as well, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in my blessing, bless all the nations of the world, that we can be upgraded, that we can fulfill our fixing and tikkun, and that we could live as one humanity in a good, wholesome, conscious way, that everybody could be expressing Hashem, your light in the world in their particular way, in a healthy way, in a good way, under your guidance, Hashem. So, what we spoke about in the last recording is that there's something called Tikkun Amidos. We spoke about some ideas of how we can fix in a very general way our character traits. So I'd like to go a layer deeper. I'd like to quote from Michtav Meliyahu Rav Dessler in the third volume, page 209. Rav Dessler explains that each nation, we know there are 70 root nations, and today there are many more than 70 nations, but there are 70 root nations, and each nation, Rav Dessler tells us, has its character trait that it's bringing into the world. So each nation has its own characteristics that, used in the right way, misad tikkun, misad rectification, is going to bring such wonderful things into our world together. And when each nation is complete, when each nation is practicing that particular trait done in the right way, everybody benefits. No one's left out, everybody benefits. However, Rav Dessler goes on and explains that when the negative side of that trait is awoken, then unfortunately it brings bad, it's unpleasant, really unpleasant. It brings upheaval to our world. And this is something just to know as a principle, that each nation of the world has its specific character trait. We do as well. And what we want is the best expression of that character trait to manifest in the world. That we can work together, all the nations of the world, bringing something so beautiful, bringing something so unique, that we can uphold the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Every single member of humanity is experiencing it in a healthy way. The Ramdu, who was a student and a friend of Rav Lutzato, the Ramchal in the Lakutim, he writes like this: that when we are in a state of tikkun, when we are living how we are meant to be living with Torah and mitzvahs and the good traits, we then facilitate the goodness around us in the world. Am Yisrael, our nation of Israel, one important message is here. We're here to share the message of cosmic responsibility. Cosmic responsibility, amongst other messages, we're here to take cosmic responsibility to the nth degree. We don't give up, we stick to the program. And when we are not living by our proper standards, when we're not living by the state of completion with the sterling midos that we are meant to be living, it's not good for us, and unfortunately it's not good for anyone else. And let's go back to the Rav Dessler. Rav Dessler writes, page 119 in the third volume, that in fact, when we are not living at that state that we should be living at, with Torah, with mitzvahs, with the proper tikkun hamidais, and this is as well found in Likutei Maharan, the first Torah, and it's as well found in the Malbim on Vadia 1:1. So unfortunately, when we awaken the bad midah within us, it will awaken the bad midah in the other nation. There's this symbiotic relationship that's going on, yet what we are told in our Tanakh, what we're told in our holy Sfarim, is that we have a tremendous responsibility. And for example, Rav Dessler says, when we were Balei Gaiva, when our own ego and haughtiness was awoken, it awoke the ego in Edom, and unfortunately the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. The Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. Okay, now what we want to understand is that wherever we have been in exile, we are team players. We've gone into that place, partnered up and worked with the nation, and we've made the nation together better than what it was before. When we finished our fixing, unfortunately, we were kicked out. But the fact is, Am Yisrael and each member of Am Yisrael, we're here to take responsibility and uplift the world around us. We're here to uplift the world around us, bringing more love, light, hope, compassion. That's our job, to follow Hashem, live Hashem's values here, all of us together. So what we want to understand and articulate is that every nation has its midah, we have our midah. When we are living fully, we then give the ability for the other nations to live fully as well. When we're not living fully, it hurts everybody. And we want ultimately the symbiotic relationship where everybody is helping everybody else. So Be'ezras Hashem, Chevra, think about this. May we live with strength. May we live with hope, tremendous clarity and resilience. L'chaim, Tovim, U'Shalom.